Good afternoon, I am Juliana Remando and you are watching MPRT TV. Today we bring you breaking news of a tragic event that happened at Ateneo de Manila University in Quezon City. Authorities have responded to the mass shooting which occurred earlier this afternoon at 2:55 p.m. when a lone gunman opened fire casually, unleashing chaos and fear to the students. Witnesses report scenes of panic as the students strived for safety. However, in a swift and decisive operation, rescue and enforcement officers managed to capture the gunman and secure the area. 3 casualties were confirmed, with 2 severely injured. The Red Cross responders wasted no time as they set up their psychological support tent, which is crucial in situations like these, where survivors and witnesses may be experiencing intense emotional distress. Stay tuned to MPRT TV for the latest news.
Prepare. Done before entering crisis site by ensuring knowledge of crises event, support services, and security concerns.
Good day, officers. I shall now initiate our CSS. For the crisis event, we are currently dispatched to Ateneo de Manila University in Quezon City due to a mass shooting incident that happened earlier at 2:55 p.m. 3 people are killed, 2 people are wounded, and the number of witnesses needing psychological first aid are yet to be confirmed.
Noted, ma'am. Currently, immediate support services available are basic needs from the Ateneo University and Red Cross, while emergency medical care and family member tracing by Red Cross and the local police department. As of now, our manpower catering to the victims, witnesses, and bystanders are from the Red Cross and the police department.
Thank you, Treatment Officer. Security Officer, are there any safety concerns?
There are no safety concerns. The scene is safe and the perpetrator has been apprehended.
Then we may now commence PFA.
Check for safety, people with obvious urgent basic needs, and people with serious distress reactions. Listen. Help people address basic needs, access services, and cope with their problems.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I am Lovely Tadeo, a trained stress debriefer.
And I am Eliza Martinez, a treatment officer and a stress debriefer. We are here to provide psychological support, providing you with a safe space to talk about your experiences, feelings, and reactions following the incident that had occurred.
You are not obligated to participate and are permitted to leave anytime if you feel uncomfortable. However, we wish and strongly encourage you to stay and participate in this session of sharing your thoughts and emotions that may help you in the healing process.
We ask everyone to respect each other's privacy and refrain from sharing anything discussed here outside of the session. To ensure everyone's comfortability to share, we have few rules to follow. First rule would be, please speak one at a time and listen respectfully while others are sharing their thoughts or feelings. Second rule, feel free to share as much as you're comfortable with, without any pressure. Third rule would be, if at any point you feel uncomfortable or overwhelmed or need a break, please feel free to inform us and we can pause the session.
We'll start by giving everyone a chance to introduce themselves briefly, then we will move into discussing the event itself. I will be asking some questions to guide the discussion, then we will end with some strategies to cope with stress and resources and contacts for further support.
Thank you, Miss Lovely. I can't stop thinking about what happened.
Fact phase. Who are you? Where were you at the time of the event? What happened?
It's normal to replay the events in your mind. Let's start by talking about what happened. What do you want to share from that day?
I am Ira, one of the witnesses. I was near the gate and I'm late for my afternoon class. The shooter was just a few feet away and I felt like my heart was going to explode out of my chest.
I am Jillian and I am a student from Ateneo. So I was inside the classroom for our anaphy class when I heard the first shots. We all ducked under the tables, but I could see the panic in everyone's eyes. Unknowingly, I got an injury amidst the panic.
Thought phase. What thoughts have been stuck in your mind since the event?
Now let's address the thoughts that have been running in your mind since the event, Ira. Would you like to share what thoughts have been stuck in your mind?
I keep questioning why this happened. I keep replaying the moment when I saw the gun in the shooter's hand. What drove someone to commit such a senseless act of violence?
It's normal to wonder about the reasons behind such a senseless act. Sometimes understanding the motives can provide a sense of closure, but it's important to keep in mind that some actions are difficult to understand logically. Focus on processing your emotions and finding ways to cope with what you've experienced.
Reaction phase. What were your immediate reactions? What was the worst part of the event for you?
When the event occurred, what were the very first emotions or actions you felt and experienced?
My initial reaction was pure fear. I remember the feeling of paralyzed, unable to move or think clearly. The worst part for me was the uncertainty of whether I would make it out alive. I felt like time stood still and I was trapped in a nightmare.
What you describe really shows how scared and helpless you felt during the event. It's common to feel unsure about what will happen next when you're in danger. It must have been really upsetting to feel like you were stuck in a terrible dream. And as we go through this debriefing, we'll work together to help you deal with these feelings and find ways to feel better.
Symptoms phase. Participants share the physical, emotional, behavioral, and cognitive symptoms they've been experiencing.
What physical, emotional, behavioral, and cognitive symptoms have you been experiencing since the event?
I experienced tightness in my chest, shortness of breath, and nausea. I was in a state of shock and disbelief.
Remember to take slow, deep breaths to help calm your nerves. It's also essential to ground yourself by focusing on your surroundings and reminding yourself that you are safe now. Don't hesitate to reach out for support from loved ones or a mental health professional to help you process these overwhelming emotions and experiences.
Link. Help people address basic needs, access services, and cope with their problems. Teaching and re-entry phase.
All of what you have felt are valid and normal thoughts and feelings reacting to this sudden and tragic incident. Before we conclude this session, we will present and share some coping strategies that may help you manage your stress, emotions that the past event had caused you. First, talk to our friends, families, or a professional counselor about what you feel. Second, engage yourselves in activities that may help you relax, such as meditation, yoga, hobbies such as planting, walking, and also take breaks when needed to prioritize self-care.
We would also like to present resources that are available, including counseling hotlines, services, and support groups. Thank you for participating in this session. Remember that healing takes time. It is okay to seek support when needed. And if you have further concerns or questions, please let me know or the resources that I have provided. Take care of yourselves and always remember that you are not alone.
Rest and reflect. Take time to rest and reflect experience. This is an important part of ending helping role to help own recovery.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. As the incident commander, it's important that we address the emotional impact of yesterday's events on our team. We've all been through a traumatic event, and it's normal to feel a range of emotions right now. This CISD session, we will take time to understand each other's experiences and assess how everyone is coping. We'll tailor this session to meet the specific needs of our group and ensure that everyone feels supported throughout the process. I want to assure you that this is the safe space to express your thoughts and feelings. There's no judgment here, and everything shared will be kept confidential. As we move forward, our facilitators will guide us through the CISD process, helping us navigate through the stages of debriefing. Healing takes time, and it's okay to seek support from each other and from professional resources.
Fact phase. Who are you? Where were you at the time of the event? What happened?
I am Captain Lovely. I am the incident commander. At the time of the event, I was stationed at the command center, coordinating with the response efforts. The incident unfolded on the school grounds.
I am Officer Naomi, the security officer on duty. When we received the call about an active shooter, I immediately proceeded to the location of the incident and assisted in securing the school's perimeter.
I am Nurse Eliza, the treatment officer. I was stationed at the triage area set up outside the school building. As casualties were brought out, my team and I provided immediate medical assistance and prepared them for transport to nearby hospitals.
Thought phase. What thoughts have been stuck in your mind since the event?
Please share any thoughts that have been stuck in your mind since the event. Remember, validation is crucial at this step.
I can't stop thinking about the chaos and fear I'd witnessed. But as a responder, I have to prioritize the safety of the students. Seeing them in distress, it's haunting me.
Experiencing such chaos and fear can have a lasting effect. It's crucial to recognize and address these thoughts and feelings instead of ignoring them. Talking to a trusted colleague or counselor who can offer support and understanding could be beneficial during this challenging period.
Reaction phase. What were your immediate reactions? What was the worst part of the event for you?
Can you share your immediate reaction and what was the worst part of the event for you that has greatly impacted you?
My immediate reaction was to provide medical assistance to the injured and ensure they received the care they desperately needed. It was emotionally taxing to witness so much suffering and pain.
Your commitment to ensuring their safety and well-being speaks volumes about your character and leadership during this crisis. Remember, it's essential to prioritize your own well-being as well, and seeking support to process these difficult emotions is perfectly okay.
Symptoms phase. What changes in yourself have you noticed since the event? Physical, emotional, thinking, behavioral changes or reactions after the event. Do you still feel these changes today?
How have you noticed your emotional and behavioral responses changing since the event? Specifically, have you observed feelings of being overwhelmed or anxious? And do you find yourself behaving differently?
It affected me emotionally. I felt overwhelmed and anxious. Behaviorally, I found myself being more vigilant and on edge.
Emotionally, I felt a deep sense of sadness and empathy for the victims. Behaviorally, I found myself wanting to help others more than usual, but I also struggled with feelings of helplessness.
Thank you for sharing that, Naomi. It's completely understandable to feel overwhelmed and anxious after such a challenging event. Your increased vigilance and being on edge are natural responses to ensure their safety. And Eliza, it's essential to reflect on any changes you've noticed in yourself since the event, whether they're physical, emotional, cognitive, or behavioral. It's common to experience a range of reactions after such a traumatic incident, and recognizing these changes is the first step in addressing them. Take your time to consider how you've been feeling and behaving since the event, and whether you still notice these changes today.
Teaching and re-entry phase.
All of what you have felt are normal thoughts and feelings, which are valid. Before we conclude this session, I will present and share some coping strategies that may help you manage your stress or emotion that the past event had caused you. First, talk to our friends, families, colleagues, or professional counselor about what you feel. Having a support system may help. Another, engage yourselves in activities that may help you relax, such as meditation, yoga, hobbies such as planting, walking, and such. Also have breaks when needed to prioritize self-care. I would also like to present resources that are available, including counseling hotlines, services, and support groups. And thank you for participating in this session. Remember that healing in this sudden event takes time. It is okay to seek support when needed. If you have further concerns or questions, please let me know or the resources that I have provided. Take care of yourselves, and always remember that you are not alone.